Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Neal. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This will be caught. Judy. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Here's Neal. There he goes left side. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd and goal. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Tua going to throw. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. At their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And Saquon going to have a Giants first down as the tackle made up near the 35. The Giants at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Play action. Now Richardson. They'll roll him out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. If you look at this Bronco defense, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Richardson back to throw it. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's 2nd and 10. Richardson. He finds his man complete. That's Wise. A gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, Richardson. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
His kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Tua.
Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You talk about this giant defense.
They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
He's got Perriman. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Okay, ready?
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Richardson looking to throw this.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here comes Peppers. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this 2nd go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Now it's Richardson.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Baron Browning
Buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
First down, Broncos.
On the draw, this is Neal. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
From the 33, here's second down and 8.
Again, it's Neal as they stay on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On first down, Richardson.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now Richardson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Richardson looking to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Wilkins. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now 2nd and 5.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Hodgins in motion. Second down, here's Richardson.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Powering his way forward.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. A final shot before the half. Richardson. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returning is Peppers. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll begin the drive with Neal. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
140 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st down, Denver.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to pass. Tua. Flushed out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. He finds his man. Complete. It's Neal. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. He finds his man, complete. It's Neal. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
3rd down and 13.
Tua sets up to pass it.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They go play action with Richardson. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He'll find Hodgins there, complete.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front and create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Richardson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Richardson. Throw left side complete. That's Wise. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Richardson on the bootleg here.
He'll buy some time right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Baron Browning able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Panther 11, Buffalo 18. Check, Matt. Check, 18, Pioneer.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Neal.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he goes out right around the 39. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
65.
Richardson working from the gun.
He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here we go.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
19.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Panther 60.
Richardson to throw off play action. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
19, Tiger, not corner, 17.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Yeah, Richardson yet again. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
70 Ranger.
Richardson.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Wilkins.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Barkley will take it in for the Giants touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This defense really clamping down. Although they're losing the game still, this second half has been theirs. And
they're winning it. I almost equate it to being a boxer. And whenever you see a good fight, the guy who is on his toes and doing the punching, that's the guy who's winning. And that's the way they're going at it defensively now. Much more aggressive in their calls, much more aggressive in their pursuit.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. third down. They'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. To throw is Tua. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Down to an Eagles Tua, and that should just about do it.
And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Denver, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a